Hi guys, in this week's Practice Makes Awesome challenge, I thought it'd be really cool to look at 5 chords which I've taken from quite popular kind of iconic songs. So these are chords which perhaps you wouldn't normally see, but they do pop up, they are quite common, but they're not your normal A's and B's and C's, they're slightly different and have a bit more of a funkier spin on them. So the first one we're going to look at is a C chord, but we're going to slide that up 2 frets to make it a D with an added 2 and 4. Gives it this lovely open, suspended kind of sound. So normal C chord, just slide up 2 frets. And this chord is straight out of Man on the Moon by R.E.M. You can also hear it in Times Like These by the Foo Fighters and numerous other songs. It's just a great little chord, but just your C chord, sit up 2 frets. And there we go, there's a D with an added 2 and 4. For the second chord of this challenge, we're going to do a D with an A in the bass. So get your normal D chord, but now keep your first finger still, that stays on the A. We're going to take our second finger and put it where our third finger is to play the D note, the B string fret 3. And our third finger is going to go on the F sharp, which is on the D string fret 4. And you're going to strum this from the A down. Just those 4 strings, miss out the top E. And there's our D with an A in the bass. Now this is used in New York, New York by Ryan Adams. Where he plays a normal A chord and then goes to his D with the A in the bass. It's also be heard in All Right Now by Free. As well as loads of others. You shouldn't want Night Long, it's an intro for that from AC/DC as well. So yeah, it's a really nice chord. A bit fiddly to get your fingers used to, but well worth kind of the time invested to do that because it is a great little shape. So there we go, there's our second chord, a D with an A in the bass. So for our third chord, we are doing a D7 add 6. Now this is a subtle chord that doesn't really pop up too much, but is the opening chord for Times Like These by the Foo Fighters. So we're going to take our first finger and put it on the A5. We're going to take our second finger and put it on the G5, and our third finger on the top E, on the A note, for the E5. And we're going to strum just 5 strings, so A string down. And then give it a bit of rhythm. And you get your Times Like These chord. So it can be a bit fiddly getting on your fingers in the 5th fret. And try not to snag the string with your finger that's above it or below it. Try and get your fingertips down, try and get your fingers nice and straight so those open strings ring open. And there we go, there's our D7 add 6. For our fourth chord in the challenge, we're going to get a bit funky. We're going to look at the Jimi Hendrix chord, or the 7 sharp 9. And we're going to do it in the key of E. So all the way up, all the way up the neck at fret 7 on the A string, fret 6 on the D string, fret 7 on the G string, and then fret 8 on the B string. Now it's got such a great sound, and you'll be heard in loads of Hendrix songs. For instance, Purple Haze. And after the E7 sharp 9, we go into the G chord and an A chord, which I'm playing from the top Hendrix style with the kind of the bar chord version. You could just do it, obviously open, G, A. So yeah, a real funky kind of funk chord. You hear it a lot in funk music as well. But yeah, E7 sharp 9, or otherwise known as the Hendrix chord. And there we go, there is our 4th challenge. For our 5th and final chord, we're going to look at a sus2 shape. Now these are common chords, but the voice I'm going to use for it is quite a stretchy, awkward shape. And that's why it's a number 5. It's quite a hard one to do. So our first finger is going to go on a C sharp, 4 frets on the A string. Our third finger is going to take the D at fret 6, so we basically have like a power chord shape. Then our little finger is going to go on fret 8 of the G string. And there we have it, our C sharp sus2. Now a great song for this is Meshes in the Bottle by The Police, because he takes that shape and just moves it around. He starts with C sharp, then goes up to an A, slides to a B at fret 7, goes back to an F sharp at fret 2, then slides a little finger up from fret 6 to 7, and then that loops. So a great sounding chord, but yeah, quite a stretchy one. Now Andy Summers does love this shape though, so it's well worth for your police fan getting your fingers used to it, because it does turn up in quite a lot of their songs. And there we go, there's the 5th chord of the challenge. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed those 5 chords. Have a little play around, get your fingers used to some of the shapes. Obviously I've done them in order of difficulty, so if you can get all the way to number 5, so the sus2 shape, you're doing very well and have very stretchy hands. So there we go, I'll see you next week for another Practice Makes Awesome challenge, and yeah, have a fun time this week we practice.